Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be a soft glam makeup look on my model Ariana. She's expecting her first baby soon, so today I got to pamper her and give her a really pretty soft glowy look. First thing I'm doing is just cleansing her skin with some micellar water and then using some toner to exfoliate. And I then use some moisturizer from Kiehls, I think it's the Ultra Facial Daily Moisturizer. I think that's what it's called. I always prep my client's skin before makeup, make sure their skin's nice and clean, smooth, and moisturized. That is the Laneige Sleep Mask in the Gummy Bear flavor. Okay, before putting on any eyeshadows, I'm just creating a little base with some concealer. This is the Born This Way Too Faced concealer, which I really, really like. And I'm just buffing that all in, and then I'm going to set it with some powder. And through her crease, I'm just putting some of the bronzer shade I plan on using later. I believe this is a Fenty bronzer in the shade Sun. And then the eyeshadow palette I used for this look was the Tarte in Bloom one. I just used all the neutral tone shades. And right now I'm just packing on a little bit of the shimmery shade in that palette. I'm just focusing on the lid. And now I'm topping it with a pretty gold eyeshadow. And for her lash line, I'm just creating a little smoky kind of shadow liner look. I want this look to be very, very soft with no harsh lines. And taking a frosty shade to highlight her brow bone and inner eye. And just making sure everything's nice and blended with a clean blending brush. And these are Ardell Wispy lashes. I first trimmed them to make sure they were going to fit her eye comfortably. And now I'm just securing the corners. And after lashes, I go in and kind of clean up any fallout from the eyeshadows that I used. And this is some eye cream. It's the Summer Friday brand. They just came out with an eye cream, and I really, really like it. It's now going to be a staple in my kit. And this is some of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I really want her to glow underneath her foundation, so I'm putting this on as the base. And I mixed some Estee Lauder Double Wear with some MAC face and body. Again, I always bring it down the neck because everyone's neck's always a lot lighter than their body. And she's really good. She wears sunscreen every day, so her face is a little lighter than her body too. So just blending that all in. And contour, I use the Fenty Match Stix in the shade Toffee, I believe is the color. And I just did her cheekbones. the outer perimeter of her face, nose, jawline, and now I'm just buffing that all in with the same foundation brush I used earlier. And this is a NARS color corrector. I'm going in first to correct any darkness under her eyes. And then I'm taking some of the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced and highlighting under her eyes, nose, chin, upper lip, and forehead, and just blending all that in with my concealer brush. I'm just taking my beauty sponge and buffing everything in, pushing the product into the skin. Everything blended like butter. It was great. Taking some Hourglass setting powder and taking a light amount and pressing that into her under eye. Doing pressing motions instead of sweeping so I don't disturb any of the makeup underneath. And just taking a light amount of powder to do the rest of her face as well. And this is some Charlotte Tilbury setting spray just to kind of give some hydration back into her skin after all that powder. I'm just taking some Fenty bronzer in the shade Island Thing and going over the outer perimeter of her face, cheekbones, nose, neck, making sure everything's well blended and super glowy and bronzy. And this is some of the Hourglass Ambient Bronzer too. And to clean up that contour, I took a little bit of that loose setting powder on my makeup puff and put it underneath her cheekbones to sit for a minute or two while I apply some blush, which today's shade, I think I mixed a few MAC blushes. The main one was Peachtwist and Melba, I believe. And cleaning all that bake away. And then I just used some of the Urban Decay All Nighter spray and popped on a little bit more shimmer on her eyes to make them pop just a little bit more. This lip liner is a MAC liner in the shade Whirl. And adding a little bit of extra glow with some highlighter on her cheekbones. And then I put some lipstick, a MAC lipstick called Modesty on her lips next. Okay, I'm just curling those falsies to her real lashes so that there's no gaps. And sweeping away any extra powder. Making sure everything's nice and blended. And I wanted to smoke out her lower lash line just a tad. I just used the same bronzer that I ran through her crease. And adding a little bit more highlight to her inner corner. And I'm going to fill in her brows with Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. And I'm just following her natural shape, filling in any sparse areas. Get them a little bit more defined. Her brows are microbladed, but they are starting to fade, so I just kind of go in where it's missing or it's starting to fade. And taking some Anastasia brow powder. And I think I just used a shade Taupe. I didn't want to like make her brows look any more defined. We're just kind of like setting the Brow Wiz product with this powder. That way it lasts longer. All right, here's the final look. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, all the things, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.